Happy Friday, Millbrook. I don't know about you, but to me, it has seemed like there's a lot of arguing and tension, not at our church necessarily, but in the world around us. I find that I don't have to look very far to hear a hot topic debate, whether that's on my social media feed or on some of my talk shows I like to watch in the morning, or even on some podcasts and radio shows that I listen to on my way in. It seems everybody is having a disagreement about something, whether it be politics or theology, or what's the best way to order a sandwich, or does pineapple go on pizza? There are so many things in the world that seek to divide us. Well, in honor of World Communion Sunday, which we celebrated last week, I've been thinking a lot about the things that unite us rather than the things that divide us. And so I found the words of Paul helpful. From Ephesians chapter 4, Paul says, "Therefore, I, the prisoner of the Lord, beg you to lead a life worthy of the calling to which you have been called." And this is how we are to react to people with disagreements. "With all humility and gentleness, with patience, bearing with one another in love, making every effort to maintain the unity of the Spirit in the bond of peace. There is one body, one Spirit, just as you were called to the one hope of your calling, one Lord, one faith, one baptism, one God and Father of all, who is above all, through all, and in all." So these words of Paul give me hope and give me guidance when I might feel tempted to disagree with somebody, that we are to bear with one another in love, patience, and unity. As we celebrate World Communion Sunday, we celebrate the way Methodists all around the world share and meet at this table. And I wonder how we might live a life if we pictured everybody around the communion table together. One of my favorite things that happened in Divinity School was after the communion service, some of our friends, we would go up onto the stage area where people were just dressed in beautiful robes and formal liturgies were said, and in our t-shirts with our backpacks, we would eat the rest of the communion bread or go take it out to the birds. It didn't matter if we had just gotten into a theological debate or argument in class. We gathered around that table in community, extending the grace and peace of Christ to one another bit by bit in the communion bread that we shared together. We are called as Christians to be united, to be one with each other, not because we are always in perfect harmony, not because we always agree with everything, but because we are made one through the one whom we worship. So I guess my conclusion, my takeaway, a tagline: unity does not mean uniformity, but we are made united through the grace of God in the midst of our differences. So this week, as you might encounter disagreements, might you remember the words of Paul, to be gentle and bear with one another in love. Amen.